Those requiring specialized memory care, home needs to be a place that is secure while at the same time fostering independence. And Arden Courts communities meet those important goals.
Arden Courts is a freestanding dementia community that services all levels of dementia and Alzheimer's related illnesses. We are now a division of ProMedica Healthcare Systems, which allows us to move freely throughout the continuum. For example, hospitals, assisted living communities, memory care. We have hospice and home health as well. In our Baltimore area, we have 2 Arden Courts buildings, and we also have a spring house in Pikesville.
Arden Courts is the expert in dementia. We focus on it. We have dementia training from the housekeepers to our dietary staff to our nursing staff. Everyone is well educated on dementia. I was attracted to Arden Courts by the amazing job that they do with the residents. We have a home-like environment here where the residents have access to walk out in the community through our courtyards. We are involved with them day to day in their everyday life with activities. So it's really, really a home-like setting.
Here at Arden Courts, we have a layout conducive to dementia care and memory care illness. Our layout is such that we have 4 houses, all distinguished by colors and patterns so that the resident can find their location and their residence as independently walking throughout our long courtyards that we have all enclosed for safety purposes. We are a locked community and a secure community, so we find that the residents are able to go outside in those courtyards, come and go internally and externally as needed with independence, which we want to try to keep through end of life.
The community itself is set up where the residents have access to walk the courtyard. They have access to their own kitchens in the kitchen area. We have smaller rooms set up so they will want to come out and be with the community. We have art, we have cooking, we have music therapy. Our activities director here does an amazing job with keeping all our residents engaged on the level of dementia that they are currently at.
Our Arden Courts floor plan is all one level, and it is very conducive to those with memory care issues. So we try to relate the resident to colors and patterns. There are spaces for each resident to move throughout the community. We have a studio and a community center where we hold our activities and our programs. We also allow for the residents to walk freely through their apartment areas and into our core area, and also again into our outside areas as well. We encourage all of our families to help personalize the space and help them be more comfortable in the space that we provide for them, be it pictures, blankets, pillows, that type of thing. So the residents' safety obviously is a first initiative for us at Arden Courts, and we bring that forth in everything that we do. We're committed to the safety of our residents and our staff. And having said that, we have to follow the state guidelines in being able to test the residents and the staff depending on where the Arden Courts is located in the state they're in. We follow those state guidelines. With the onset of COVID-19, we have tried to maintain our normal processes and procedures. Our care of the residents and those that we serve are still at the highest quality level. We have implemented practices and policies to assure the safety through the COVID pandemic. We have limited visitation currently. We're practicing all of our PPE and safety guidelines to assure that we are keeping our residents safe through the pandemic.
We are dedicated during COVID and post-COVID to increase infection control, to dedicate special staffing for our residents, and to assure that we have access to all the proper PPE and the use of it.
Arden Courts, we still maintain the safety first aspect. We have allowed residents throughout the pandemic and throughout the last 6 months to continue their freedom as much as possible and walk independently in our courtyards. We have assisted our caregivers in making sure our protocols in place at making sure they're practicing safe practices with PPE and our screening processes.
We've implemented FaceTime calls with families and friends for social engagements. We've also have put in place an anti-chamber for infection control for our residents, and we were one of the first to implement that. We have an amazing clinical support team and infection control processes in place that we're able to implement and review the new CDC requirements.
Our services have not wavered. We are still on top of all of our safety aspects, our grooming and our care aspects. We're still implementing our services as far as programming and activities. While we've had to service smaller groups of residents to accommodate the COVID protocols, we are still continuing those services. We have not wavered. And it has been a very challenging time for all of our families, and we recognize that. It saddens us that we haven't been able to have that contact and that communication with the families, but our executive directors, our nurses, our physicians have been extremely helpful in reaching out to those loved ones, the powers that overlie of our families, people that want to come in and visit. We have been in contact with them weekly. If there's any changes in condition, of course we monitor those and keep our families intact with all of that. And they know that they can call in and talk with any staff member and get any updated information as needed.
We've had residents, family members who have done window visits with our residents, and it all seems to be working out really, really well.
Our team of excellent marketers have done a very good job at learning to tour at the table. We've done virtual tours, we have online messaging, we have an online website that they can go to, a lot of conversation, a lot of pictures, and we've done a great job. We know that there's people out there that still need our services, and we're continuing to deliver that every day.
After 25 years, we are dedicated to our families and all of our residents to provide the best level of care.
Arden Courts has 25 years of experience in what we do, and we bring that forth in every one of our Ardens and the care that we provide. You hear that in our family rapport, the rapport we have with our customers, the communities, and the staff. So after 25 years of dedicated service, we are a helpful resource for you.
To speak to a memory care specialist, call 888-478-2410 or visit arden-courts.com.